Hi there everyone, welcome back. I am Robbie.
I'm Jye.
And we have yet another reboot, spin-off of a famous franchise. The Oceans movies have a brand new series, all female cast this time. Let's see what we thought of it.
So you want to hit a jewelry store?
Not exactly.
A diamond mine?
Yes, that's exactly right.
Or what? The Met?
3.5 weeks, the Met will be hosting its annual ball, and we are going to rob it.
Lucky you.
$16.5 million in each of your bank accounts 5 weeks from now.
That's a lot.
Oceans 8 was directed by Gary Ross and stars Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett, Helena Bonham Carter, Rihanna, Sarah Paulson, Anne Hathaway, and a lot of other big female stars.
It's a reboot / sequel.
/ spin-off.
Yeah.
To the same universe.
To the original Oceans films. Oh, well, they were remakes in themselves.
There were.
But, this time revolving around Danny Ocean's sister, Debbie Ocean. Bit on the nose there. But, and her crew performing the heist at the Fashion Met Gala.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I liked it. I liked it. I didn't really have any expectations. I thought it'd be a fun film. I enjoyed the original 3. Number 12 not so much, but still as a whole I enjoyed the trilogy. I thought this was good. For me it's not as good as Ocean's 11, which is my favorite. It is either on par or just a bit below Ocean's 13. It is far better than Ocean's 12, which is for me the definite weak link in the 3.
Yeah, I agree. Nowhere near as good as... it's a little lower for me.
Lower than...
So I don't think it's anywhere near as good as... Especially 11. 13 I like more than it. It's good. It's a fun movie. It's not a bad movie. Like you, I didn't have any expectations going in. All I just wanted was to be entertained, and I was.
Yeah.
I was. I think the cast is very good. I like most of them a lot. My biggest problem with the movie is that it felt like there was little to no character development for a lot of the characters, which I guess is kind of commonplace in an ensemble movie like this. We're not going to get equal amount of screen time for everyone,
and that's probably why they get such big stars in it as well. That way you automatically attach them because it is Sandra Bullock and Kate Blanchett. Of
course, and even the smaller ones, even the smaller roles like Mindy Kaling, Rihanna, and all them, like they were good. Like I was surprised. There wasn't really any bad roles. I don't think there was any...
I thought everyone was really, really good. I had my standouts, like Sandra Bullock. This is back to, she hasn't really done much lately, really, Sandra Bullock.
Not overly.
Not that I can think of.
Her last, there's obviously been more in between this, but the last big one I remember coming was The Heat. For me, that's the
last one I can think of.
Has she done more in between then?
Not that I can think of. But this is the return of the fun Sandra Bullock I remember from the 90s, like Miss Congeniality and all those kind of movies, where she can really... Sandra Bullock's got a great kind of sarcastic, deadpan sense of humour, and she can really utilise that in this film.
Yeah.
And you can see it's one of those films, a bit like what they did with George Clooney and Brad Pitt. They got great dramatic actors to play really fun roles, and they do the same thing here. Like Kate Blanchett, she's a award-winning actress, and you got Helena Bonham Carter.
So Sandra Bullock and Kate Blanchett are the two characters we see most of.
They're essentially the Brad Pitt and George Clooney of the original trilogy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Going back to the comedy side of it, I didn't think it was as funny as it could have been. I didn't think there was as much comedy elements.
There was no laugh out loud. Not that there was any huge funny moments in the original trilogy, but there was quite a few moments in the first 3 where it was funny.
Yeah.
Here, you chuckle a few times.
Yeah, the humour isn't what you go to this movie for at all.
But it is, without it being funny, it is still a lot of fun.
It's entertaining. Entertaining, albeit I thought it was a bit too long. I thought it was just slightly over long.
Okay, no, I didn't
thought it
find
was
that.
slightly over long. Especially towards the end when James Corden's character comes in.
Right.
I thought that dragged slightly too much.
No, see, I really liked that whole bit when he came in.
Right. Okay.
I really liked his character. Really liked his character. I thought it was really, really enjoyable to watch.
So did I, and usually James Corden annoys me.
Right.
As we talked about in the Peter Rabbit review.
Yes.
Here he didn't annoy me, probably because he had limited screen time. But Yeah,
Okay.
I thought it could have benefited. That's weird of me to say because I'm saying it felt overlong. However, I didn't get enough of the characters. Like you know, so I'm contradicting myself here. But
I think for me the big thing that doesn't drag it down, but maybe doesn't give it that extra thing that made I think the first one's so good, especially 11 and 13. There isn't really a great villain character. There's no Andy Garcia or Al Pacino in this.
you're right. Yeah.
There is obviously someone they're trying to rip off. This is a much smaller scale film though than the first three. There's no casinos. It's literally the Met Gala, and instead of trying to rip off an entire casino, it's literally just a diamond necklace.
One piece of jewelry, yeah.
So
and there are antagonists though, but you're right. There's no one. There's not a villain character.
No.
There isn't.
Because in the original ones, like for example the first one, the entire time they're trying to rip off the casinos, but they're dodging Andy Garcia the entire time, and there's this constant cat and mouse chase between them because Andy Garcia knows something's going down, and there's this constant just dodging and this here there is obviously them trying to dodge characters, but it's more just like security guards and police and stuff like that. There isn't really a character they need to avoid.
And I will add that the heist itself in this film, in Ocean's 8, didn't feel anywhere near as clever as the one from Ocean's 11.
No. I think the aftermath, which when you see the movie you'll see what I mean, because I'm obviously avoiding any kind of spoilers, the aftermath of the heist was far more revealing, I thought, than the actual heist itself.
Yeah, no, that's where I think they went wrong. They should have... We should have seen that cleverness without spoiling anything during it.
Right.
Because I remember when I first saw Ocean's 11 years and years and years ago, I was on the edge of my seat during that whole sequence. You know, I was like, wow, this is really
It's tense.
clever, tense, well thought out. This one, while I had a lot of fun with it and I thought it was entertaining as hell, it just didn't really feel... didn't live up to it. Maybe we shouldn't be comparing it to these ones, but it's hard not to because it's part of the franchise.
It's a sequel. It's part of the same thing.
And it makes it very clear that this is a sequel too.
Oh, very much so.
You'll see why in the first opening 30 seconds.
Yeah, pretty much.
I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
The cast is great. People we haven't mentioned, I thought Anne Hathaway was great in this.
She was... I was a bit worried going in, because again, she's playing kind of like the dressed up, very glamorous, vain kind of character we've seen her play a number of times before. She does it in a way where she is still extremely likable.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Exactly what you just said, yeah. She's meant to be playing like the spoiled brat character, but you still like her, and I thought Helena Bonham Carter was also a great character.
She was great, yeah.
And yeah, as I mentioned before, there's a couple of the other people in the team who we didn't quite get a lot of screen time from. I would have liked to see more of Mindy Kaling, Sarah Paulson, their characters. But yeah, what we did get from them was great, and I don't think there was a weak link in the cast, to be honest.
Yeah. Gary Ross, he's the director. Because I've seen a few of his films, like The Hunger Games and a few others. It didn't really feel like a Gary Ross film. It felt like him trying to imitate Steven Soderbergh.
Right. Yeah. I agree.
You can kind of feel that the same kind of like arty kind of cutting and filming, kind of very stylized at times.
Right. Yeah.
But a bit the same criticism I sort of had for Suburbicon, which I still liked. Suburbicon for me felt like George Clooney trying to imitate the Coen brothers.
Yeah, definitely.
Here, I feel like it's Gary Ross trying to imitate Steven Soderbergh instead of just trying to make it his own thing. But yeah, overall, it was good fun.
What are you giving it?
I'm giving it 4 stars.
I'm going 3.5.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Game on.
She's in.
Dear God, that was spectacular. Seal the exits.
We prepared for this.
We will not be the prime suspect.
Wait. Every time you move it, we have to start from scratch.
What'd she do?
I turn it on.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. Those are our thoughts on the new Ocean's 8 film. Let us know what you thought of the film in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more reviews from us. And that's pretty much it for now.
That is it for now.
Until next time, we'll see you at the movies.